Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. You've probably heard about eclipses and maybe know the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, but somehow always forget which one is which. If you're one of those people, you've come to the right place, and if not, also welcome, as I take you through what they are, how often they occur, in honor of the next total solar eclipse coming on April 8th, 2024. Before I start, a very important reminder that safety is king, and looking directly at the sun may damage your eyesight permanently, so don't forget to put on your special glasses. Let's start with the obvious question: what is an eclipse? An eclipse occurs when an astronomical object comes between two other astronomical objects. In this case, these objects are the sun, the earth, and the moon. Next, you probably want to know when these astronomical occurrences first appear, or when they were first recorded. Throughout human history, eclipses have held significant cultural, religious, and scientific importance. The oldest solar eclipse recorded dates back to the year 3340 BCE in Ireland, and the next one in the year 1200 in China. You can also find eclipses being mentioned in religious scriptures. The Maya civilization, for instance, was very advanced in their astronomical knowledge, predicting the July 1991 eclipse. Now, what is the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse? Well, there are times when the Earth is between the sun and the moon, and that is called a lunar eclipse. And there are times when the moon is between the sun and the earth, and that is called a solar eclipse. Think of it as an unintentional interference. They just can't help it. But for the purposes of this video, I will only speak about solar eclipses. Let me illustrate. Let me introduce you to the sun, and this is the earth. And this is the moon. Now, let me illustrate what a solar eclipse is. So you have the sun, the moon right in front of it, and then the earth. Obviously, they're going to be better aligned than what I can demonstrate here, but I hope you get the point. Now, a lunar eclipse, the earth is in front of the sun, or in between the sun and the moon, and the moon is behind us. I hope that clarifies. Although the moon itself does not emit light, it reflects sunlight. However, during a new moon, the side of the moon facing the earth is not illuminated by the sun, therefore appearing dark to us. This is because the sun's light is shining on the opposite side of the moon, the side facing away from us here on earth. As a result, from our perspective, we are under the impression that there is no moon visible. Next, let's talk about how many types of eclipses there are. There's actually 4. You might have heard of 3 because they usually just list 3, but there are 4. And those are total, partial, annular, and hybrid. A total eclipse occurs when the moon completely covers the sun, blocking out its light entirely. If you haven't experienced it before, you'll notice that everything goes dark as if it were nighttime, and the sun's corona, that's its outer atmosphere, will be visible. So you'll see, a bit of light peeping out around the circle, and that's the sun's corona. A partial eclipse is sort of self-explanatory. That's when the moon covers the sun only partially. An annular eclipse is when the moon covers only the central portion of the sun, leaving a ring of sunlight around the edges visible to us. That brings us to the 4th type of an eclipse, which is a hybrid eclipse, and that occurs when the same eclipse appears to be both a total eclipse and an annular eclipse along the different parts of its path across the surface of the Earth. What about their frequency? How often do we get to witness this great phenomenon? There are 2 to 7 eclipses a year, 35% partial, 33% annular, 27% total, and 5% hybrid. A new moon occurs every 29.5 days, and therefore, at least one solar eclipse must occur during each of the sun's node crossings. Eclipses repeat because the moon and the nodes return to the same place. Now, do look up what a node is. Next, let's talk about the path of totality. What is it? Simply put, the path of totality is the area where the full eclipse can be viewed. During an eclipse, there are 3 types of shadows: umbra, penumbra, and antumbra. So let's say that you are the sun. As the shadow goes away from the sun, it becomes smaller, that would be an umbra. As it goes away from the sun, it becomes larger, that is the penumbra. Antumbra, on the other hand, is a lighter part of the shadow that forms at a certain distance from the object casting that shadow, and that usually forms only during an annular eclipse. Before I finish this video, I want to give you some fun facts about eclipses. The moon's shadow moves at 1,700 kilometers per hour. That is 1,048 miles per hour. There is a maximum totality of up to 7 minutes and no more than that. Every place on Earth will see a total solar eclipse about every 400 years. And what that means is that if you're watching a total solar eclipse from a specific spot, the likelihood that you will see it again is 400 years. I hope that clarifies. Solar eclipses occur more frequently than lunar eclipses by a 5:3 ratio. There must be at least 2 solar eclipses every year. There can be 2 solar eclipses in back-to-back months with a total lunar eclipse in between. There is 7 eclipses. 7 eclipses is the maximum, so 4 solar and 3 lunar, and that occurred in 1982, and it will occur again in the year 2485. And throughout this century, there will be 223 solar eclipses, and there will be 230 lunar eclipses. I hope you found that to be fun as much as I did. Lastly, when will we be able to see the next total solar eclipse? It will be on the 12th of August, 2026, not 2044. If you've heard that in the news or reading it somewhere else, they actually mean that you will not be able to see a total solar eclipse on mainland USA until 2044. That's what that means. I hope you found this video informative. I will be dropping the links to the different live streams down below, together with the path of totality map, as well as a list of the countries where you'll be able to watch the eclipse on Monday, April the 8th, 2024. Thank you for watching.